So when you go back to your first day, like the first day you were in business for yourself, day one, you decide like, hey, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get started. Mon Digital will kind of get, the groundwork going. What do you do? How many employees do you have? Tell me about that day.
Oh, it was just me and my laptop. Yeah, it was just me. And you know what? I didn't even think about it in that heavy way that you kind of described it. I was just really excited that, you know what, I'm going to go for it. I have this knowledge. I am confident enough. I do believe I can do it on my own. I have enough skills. I'm educated enough. And yeah, I didn't think too much. I just went for it. And here we are now. I have 14 people working for me and 3 offices.
So when you say like you just went for it, tell me a little bit about how the business started. Were you doing everything you do now, or did you focus on a specific niche?
Yes, actually, no. So we do so much more at the moment. So our portfolio has grown massively. So when I did start, I was looking after Google AdWords, so PPC only, and that's what I did, and that was my niche, and that's what I was looking after for my clients. So mainly small businesses needing help to be found online. And obviously, because I started on my own, my price tag was a little bit more friendlier than the big media houses. So that's why I guess I gained clients quite quickly. The word went around, so they got the skill of a kind of big media agency personnel, but then the price tag was very different at that time. So yeah, it was just one area of online marketing that I was looking after. But now we build websites, we design them, we code them, we market them, we look after SEO, all the biddable medias, content marketing, you name it, we do it. We are a full digital agency at the moment.
So when you started, like when you left the agency, you started the business and you focused on Google AdWords. Tell me a little bit about how you started reaching out to clients. Were you making phone calls? Were you going door to door, sending letters? Tell me a little bit about how you earned your clients.
Well, working for a very well-known media agency, I had a quite good black book, so I had quite good connections already. So, just making that network around me while I was working for the media house was really, really good and important in order for me to be profitable from day one. So I did have a good network, so people knew me, my talent, and then the word went around. So it was a lot of word of mouth and my contacts that I had. However, after that, of course, I built my own website. I started to practice what I preach. So I did some PPC campaigns for myself and so forth. So then I didn't have to only rely on my contacts, obviously. So then people started to find me through my website and campaigns and few PRs that I got out there. So yeah, it's a combination of things.
So today, like ultimately, when you started doing well, when you started getting a few clients in the door, what was your expansion strategy at the time? Because you were by yourself. When did you hire your first employee? How did you start looking at growing, not just kind of making money? Because the first thing that happens to an entrepreneur is usually, okay, I need to make enough money to survive. And then the second thing is, how do I grow a business? So when you get to the stage where you decide to grow your business, how do you hire your first employee?
Yeah, it's a good question. It's a very, now that I think about it, it's quite scary actually to hire someone. But again, then I was just too excited about things. And yes, I wanted to grow the business. So obviously I needed to work on my business rather than in it. So because of London and working in the media house again, and I do need to thank them for that. I had good contacts. And actually one of my clients, SEO manager, left his post, and we got along really well anyway. I guess we became friends in the media agency where I worked in. So I just kind of gave him a call and said, would you like to jump on board and come and work with me? Because I trusted him so much, so I knew I could leave the business, the day-to-day business to his hands, and then I could go and grow the business myself.
So ultimately, you hired an SEO manager next.
Yes, yes. So it was SEO, and that was already a new portfolio, a new service to the portfolio because I never done SEO myself. I did learn it after, so now I do it if I have to, but I didn't know how to do it before. So yeah, I took on a new talent with new skills.
Very, very interesting. So let's talk a little bit about the future of marketing. Maybe not necessarily about you guys as a company, but just the future of marketing in general. Google changes its algorithm every few months, and then you have the state of social marketing is changing every second, with new platforms coming out, new ways we do business, new ways we interact on these platforms, new ad campaigns. I mean, God knows how many like literal problems there are. And then on top of all of that, you also have new things that are happening in the Google ad sector. So how does a digital marketing company stay ahead of such a constantly changing environment?
I know, I can hear frustration in your voice.
Well, no, it's a real thing, right? Like, I mean, SEO is changing, the rules of Google change all the time. I mean, we've been in this space for a long time too. So, what is it about you guys that allows you to survive despite this constant change?
No, I know exactly what you mean. And actually, today I spent about 3 hours in the headquarters of Google in London to talk with our managers. We have a direct manager, or actually three at Google. We have one in Facebook. We are partners with Bing and Google as well. So I make sure I go to see them every month, if possible, and sit down with them and find out what's coming up, what is in beta testing, what kind of tactics and strategies we can test for our clients, and basically try and stay ahead of the game all the time. So I keep in contact with these nerve centers, and obviously we train ourselves all the time. We go to seminars and conferences, training courses, we read blogs, and you name it, we probably do it. But I think the best way obviously is to hear it from the horse's mouth. So I do go and see the managers of the biggest channels there, the search engines and social media. So obviously we are their resellers as such, really. So they want to keep us up to date and make sure that we service our clients in the best way possible. So it's important that they keep us up to date as well.
Is there any real benefit to having a manager at Google?
Yes, there is. There is. However, there's few levels. So there's different levels for agencies. So we are A agency. So we are the highest, well, the best, the A team, I like to call it. Very cheesy, but true. And you get different levels of service. So depending on how much you spend, so how much your clients or you as a client spend with Google or Facebook or Bing, they will give you different kind of service levels. So you might have access to training, or you might have access to managers who will actually build your accounts for you and optimize them. You will get access to beta testing. But as I mentioned, there are levels to it. So you have to go over certain thresholds to gain the maximum service that we are lucky enough to have right now.